I'm Rachel Bartlett, museum assistant, and we're here with Bert Benedetti and Dorene Might Dyer, our education director. As an internee at Fort Missoula during World War II, you have accomplished so much in your lifetime, Bert, since you came to America. So we would love to hear more of your experiences during the time you were interned at the fort and afterward. One question I'd like to start with is, Bert, could you tell us a little bit about Genoa, the town where you grew up in Italy, and a little about your education and life there?
Okay, I was born in Vasto, Abruzzo, in a small town. And there I had the education on a Catholic school, the Franciscan order. After that, then I grew up a little. On that period of time, then my mother passed away, and I was 12 years old in this period of time, and I was with my grandmother, the mother of my mother. When I was then about 14 or 15 years old, I moved, and I went to Genoa, because there were the rest of the family over there with Italian Corporation of the Navigation, the Lloyd Triestine. They were a large passenger boat. There then I went to the school with the theater and all kind of the art in order to get that job with the passenger boat. Because the boat in Italy, all kind of boat in Italy, they have the theater and they have many other things inside the boat. When they need to fix the theater, then I was the one to make the scenery for the dance, for the little opera, all in a small stage, you know what I mean, in a small proportion. And so, then I was employed, and I took that job which I did like very much. So the first trip I took around on the tour with the Conde Biancaman. This is the first trip, and I went to Gibraltar, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Philippines, and I came back and I had sick. Was so sick that I did not much job. I didn't know. That was my first thing. I mean, and I told my uncle that I was to have a job underground, I mean on the office or something like that, so forth. But so I disembarked from that and I stayed for a little while around the office, and there were a house on the dock and so forth. And then I started to go navigate again with Francesco Crispi. This boat was a passenger boat, but a small one. A small one went through Panama to Canal Suez to go in Africa, Massaw, Djibouti, and Mogadishu. The trip was shorter than the other one. The other one was 4 or 5 days. This one was very short. And so I stayed over there for 24 months on the boat. The same thing I did, you know, theater, and fix the furniture, the chair. When the sea is rough, everything is shaking the boat. And so I had over there my shop as a carpenter and all the kind, you know, the thing, and serve the passenger if they need something. All the kind, this kind of stuff I did during, that was my job to do during that. The theater, the church, because we have always the church, and if the passenger needs something, I have to make it happen the passenger. Because there are a lot of furniture. Inside the passenger boat is just like in the city, they have a lot of furniture. You should fix that. Okay, all the shop, everything inside the boat is small one in proportion of the boat, you know what I mean? So that was my job I did during all the navigation.
So how did it happen that you were on the ship Il Conte Bien Camano?
Well, because of my uncle, he was the leader, well, the leader was the employed to Deloitte Trestino, this corporation. He was captain d'armament, and he put me on Conde Biancaman.
And
Because-
you were doing theater as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
And repair?
Yeah, the theater, always the theater, all that, you know, so forth. See, but that was not my intention. But you know, anyway, when you are young, I mean, you don't know what. If you want to continue with the study or want to do this, want to do that, and so forth. So I had to, I had to do something about it. And so I did that job, which I like very much. So the first trip, well, it was bad. Very bad, because it was the first time the water, 4 or 5 day navigation, the rough, the sea, when I came back, was sick. And then, you know, the other boat, you know, was a different shot. But that is, I stay over there, the other one, 4 months. And
Now,
this,
where were you when they took you off the ship?
oh, I was on the Panama Canal. We
Okay.
were on the Panama Canal. So il Conte Biancaman, then after I left the Francesco Crispo, then I took this boat, il Conte Biancaman. By il Conte Biancaman, instead to go to Oriental line, Shanghai, Yangon, Singapore, changed the route, and we went through South America.
Uh-huh.
And while we were in South America, then, when we reached Valparaiso, the war, you know, yes or no.
Yeah.
We were the commandant and so forth, didn't know. And so, from Valparaiso, then they decide to come through Panama Canal because we don't have enough gasoline to go Buenos Aires. Because from Panama Canal, from Valparaiso to go all around to go Buenos Aires, you need a lot of gasoline. And the people, Curacao, all that region, they will not give us the gas. And so they decided to come on a shortcut to Balboa and Panama Canal. And when we went there, we stayed Balboa 2 days. They were the English garrison, and then we went to Panama Canal, and we stayed 9 months. 9 months over there, the food was rational food, because we didn't know how long we stay over there, see. See, we have, you know, so
Now, did they take you off the ship from there, or did they?
no, from there. From Panama Canal, when the war completely, declaration of the war, completely. Then came the guards, came the military. That was very bad, but you know, the war, yeah, very bad. With the bayonet, this, that, and so forth, and kick you out the house at 12 o'clock. Some of those that were naked because the Panama Canal is in a tropical zone, you know what I mean? And short, this and that, no one thought about. So anyway, over there, then they pick up the commandant, you know, the first commandant, the second commandant, and they put in jail in Panama Canal. And the director of the inch machine, the leader, I mean, the leader of that, they put in jail in the Panama Canal with the consul, all the rest of the group. And so then came the boat Leonard Wood, an American boat, and they shifted us on this American boat.
Oh.
And we brought us to Ellis Island.
Oh, Ellis Island, okay.
Now, Richard, when we were in Iceland, we were all the crew of the 23 boats. So Roosevelt, the administration and that, they decided to process us as an immigrant because it was a risk to send us back during the war
Right.
of the 23 boat, so they process us as immigrant. There, I forgot how long we stay over there, fingerprint, picture, FBI, God knows.
What were your thoughts
Yeah.
while you were? What were your thoughts when you were going through this?
Well, we were over there, we never thought, I mean, you know, all the photographer. This is the first time when I came, when I was on the dock, boy, I couldn't believe, I mean, we were still on a boat on the Leonardo Wood, the boat, American boat, boy, a lot of photography. This is the first time I remember that. And our captain said, but turn the shoulders, but you know. And then when we went over there, no, we were pretty good, but you know, it's the immigration, I mean, just to the immigration, fingerprint and photo, and then they question, they ask a document. Well, we have the identification card from Genoa, or the place where you were born. Over there is your picture, the description, by the way, here at university, there is my identification. But il libretto di navigazione, the book of the navigation, what is all your life, your description signed by the prefect. The prefect is just like the governor, well, a little over, but that we threw away on the water. Because, well, that's the order, I mean, our superior, that's the order. Because that is your life, is what I mean. And so we don't want to tell them, you know, your life, the education, everything. Without that, you cannot do it. But then we presented this identification card. The matter of fact, now, this identification card is at the archive at the main library.
Now, they put you on train.
Oh, okay. After the I don't know, Richard, I don't know how many days we stay over there, because then you know all the Italians on New York around, and there were a lot of boys. They have the father, they have the family over there. You know, so they came to see us. Mm-hmm. All those family on New York all around, you know, the news went through, I mean, so forth, no question. And those, they are coming, you know, to see us, this and that. So forth, yeah, they were. I forgot how many days we stayed over there, but that was, you know. No, we had the food, I mean, the treatment was good. Except when we approached the dock of the island, there were all the sailors, the guard with the bayonet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, they did something, I mean, at the time of the war, I mean, it's very difficult. They did something that appealed to us because we're civilian. I said, we came from Panama Canal, they have short, they have clothes, they have nothing. You see what I mean?
Now, how many ships were there all
23.
23 ships.
23 ships, they were over there. So, as I said, there was a risk for the civil administration to send back that. And so they said they immigrate just like immigrate. And so that's my question. Sometimes the book, many things was written in the book that we were here in Fort Missoula, incarcerated, prisoner. That's I stated in fact that we're not that. Now, Richard, this campus, we organized that, the city within the city. Now, many other camps maybe were different, but this camp, we organized everything, was nothing, I mean, to complain about. Okay?
What was your, when you arrived by, you were transported by train and then by
train,
truck?
well, that was a mistake. Well, not a mistake. The train from New York to come here took 72 hours. And the wagon, you know, the couch, the wagon, there was one FBI over there and one FBI here, and all the window was a bar. With the bar, they were afraid that would
You were going to escape.
jump in with the, well, they did a lot of things. I mean, they're not to fit, but you know, you cannot.
Well, when you were, you know, coming over, you know, on the train, what was your? How did you feel? Were you?
Well, no. Most, you know, in this way. Well, we talk something, many times we stay quiet with this. We didn't know, I mean, how reminder, we didn't know where we go. By the way, they choose Montana before to come here. They came in a commission to find out the climate. So they came, the immigration, the captain, a few other people, to find out the climate of this, because all the 23 boats, they were from Africa, from other people, from other sea, were a warm climate.
Yeah.
And it's cold. So they came here to find out the location, this and that. So when they decided to come here, so first came this group of the officer and the captain of the immigration here, to find the location. So, and then we came the first group. So I was the first group to come here, all the rest, and so forth. Well, the mind, you know, there were a bunch who were 17, 18, 20, 15, I mean, all this kind of, then it's a group, you know, this. No one knew. I mean, it's very difficult to describe our mind in that time one thing about. But
when you saw the fort here, what was your first thought when you saw the fort?
First of all, well, I was one of the first to come here.
Yeah.
With my friend Carmel and so forth. The fence was not finished.
No.
So we helped to stress the fence.
You finished the fence that was keeping you in. Interesting.
Yeah, we did. I put on the book that. And then all the guard, this and that, and a tower.
Yeah.
With the
guns and.
With the gun, this and that. Well, they were, no, those people here from the militia, not the militia, I mean the immigration guard. They are all from Montana. They didn't know anything about, because all the propaganda, this and that, come from back east. And so they were prepared, some of those. But after Monday, 2 or 3 months, they dismissed, because what do you do? I mean, and now, listen, this is the question that the judge, he asked, that if someone you will escape from. But I became a very friend with the judge from Great Falls, very good friend, because I do art work. So. And I said, the judge, who's going to escape from there? 94-1 was even the road from Missoula to New York, Chicago, whatever it is. So that, and it wasn't a road. I mean, how you would? But the judge said, Bert, it's the way how you answer.
Oh.
See? I said, just like a true false question in a school. And so was very curious and so forth, but you know, I would say that's I state. And I do, because some other people, they wrote the thing that was not fitted for the camp. We were under the immigration law. There were no prisoner, no incarcerated. But the first 3-4 months, Richard, the commissioner, they were making money up our shoulder. They sent the stuff they sold, they make them money. Then we did the complaint. And when we complained, came one of the guys, the name Robert Fraser, was captain of the immigration, and many other things. Oh gosh, was very, very good. And we got everything. Even the glass, and this, and that. Even the people who don't never wear a glass, they ask the glass. We have food, everything. Captain Roberto Fraser, the best captain on the camps. And he became acquainted with all the rest, the officer here. And then, of course, every morning, we were, to call up. And we were all this immigration guard. And this guy, in a big, smoking a pipe. He used to go to her, and we put the nickname. So big you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I forgot the nickname. We put to the. But it was so big. I'm a big about it. So it was so good. I mean,
when you think about it, if you go back in your mind and think about your day, just one day here in Missoula at the fort, what are some of the things that you did? The whole group with you.
Yeah, the whole group.
Your schedule.
Well, no, when we came here, we started to organize. Took a lot of time, you know what I mean? Organize the school. Because there were very youngsters. Organized the American school, English school, with textbook, who built that. Then there were other people, German, because some people, they influenced, were the German people. Then we built the maritime school, because there were many youngsters, and when you go back, you want to know something about the maritime, I mean, all of the detail, this and that. So we built that. And then there were art school, and then there were the shop, and then there were the soccer, and then there were fencing, and then there were a lot of artisan, shoemaker.
And I understand you had a garden?
Everything, I mean, you have to do something about it. And so which one of those, then they started a group of the people from around the neighborhood, they were very artists, used to do this kind of this. Oh boy, they did. And so the news went around all of the people from Missoula. They started to come and to buy those stuff. On this period of time, then we started to write, because the theater was so beautiful. Then we started to write about the theater.
And you had the freedom to do this.
I was the only one.
Almost created your own community. Is that how it was?
I was the only one. Well, I have the ticket. Not the ticket, I have permission, and to go out of the camps. I am other people too. Mr. Friedrich Pollard, all the kind of artists, they built all the kind of artists to go over there to do that, to paint and make a scenery so forth.
Where did you get the materials?
Oh, they gave it to us. They gave it to us.
Oh.
The wood, a lot of wood. Well, we had the carpenter shop. We have a carpenter shop, anything. I did a lot of this coming from there. I built this, the wood of the Fort Missoula. So anyway, all of those things, and a lot of wood, no question about it. And then with this kind of, then we go, all the kind of the people who are artists, we start, then there wasn't no more of the immigration, we check us, except in the morning. because the idea, somebody, because there were many people who talk American language. They were here in this country, in New York, around, waiters, they said that, they know American language, the officer, but they know what, there was no road, and they were which country. And then we have all the food. You don't have it. They have the bakery where, there was nothing, to.
Did you
I
have
think,
Did you have much contact with the Japanese and Germans?
No. Well, there were two couple German. Those German, they were Italian, not German, but they were born and raised in North Italy. And some people, they were a couple, just a few. And since in North Dakota, I think it was the German camp, they asked the immigration to transfer. At the Dakota, they were already German. But there were a few, not many. They were Italian, both of them, I am a German, big shit. So, anyway, they were few those kind of people that went over. All the rest were all by ourselves. So. There were a lot of people from the South, and they were married. And so the news came all around that they started invasion in Sicily, they said that. Those people they have in Sicily, all of the South, they have the family, And so they were worried about their family, they said that, they were a lot, whatever. And some people, those people, this thing about, GI. See, I was in Korea, I know what I mean, but anyway, this I want to tell you, it's very difficult sometimes to understand, and for those people who have the family, and the daughter, this and that, so forth, but time of the war, it's very difficult when you got it.
Now, there were some Italian Americans that were here too, weren't there?
Yeah, some American. Well, then they came an order from those American around New York, Brooklyn, and so forth. If they want to put $500 as a friend, they go out. Oh. They did that too. But I don't remember how many people went out. I don't remember many people. By the way, when we were in Ellis Island, there were some youngsters that they knew the family. They were the girlfriend here, and they tried to go out, but they not succeed. They not succeed. See, many things was the confusion, so they not succeed go out because the family, they know they have the correspondence, well, in Italy, this and that. So they not succeeded, they came with us. They were all, a lot of those 23 people, 23 boat almost from the south. The small cargo boat, and so it was very difficult for them,
And were the Italians just from the boats, or were they from other places as well?
Well, they are...
That were brought...
Yeah, they brought, yeah, they were in Oregon, they were in Baltimore, they were in different, all the boats who were on American war territory, they pick up. Now, we were in Panama Canal, but you remember, the United States Fruit Company, they hold all the water in the Panama Canal, so they pick up us. It's not like the one on Oregon and Baltimore and so forth. You are in American territory, but we were on Panama Canal. But the United States Fruit Company, they own that territory. So that's the reason they pick up us with the boat and so forth. Now, another thing, I think the boat, being my passenger boat, was the order not to give. And so what they did, the engineer, what did the engineer? Dismantle all the engineer. And when the people came out to take the boat didn't work out.
What did they do with the engine?
Well, then they rebuilt them. They rebuilt, but what they did, all the officer, the engineer, when we came with Leonardo boat, they put to sleep on the bar of the boat, and all us, they put on the top. And it was an ideological revenge. So, but that was, I mean, the boat, they fixed the engineer, the younger man wasn't a liner, a boat, so forth. Now, along the coast between the Panama Canal and along the coast over there were a German boat. They sunk the boat, cargo boat. All the Germans, they sunk the boat.
Where did the Germans go then? Were they on?
The German, they put it at Dakota. Here. Dakota, the boat, they came, all the Germans, because they sang in the boat and many other things. See, the propaganda, during the propaganda was, you wouldn't believe, I mean, it's something, propaganda norm, around New York, so forth. And that, then when the idea, when then they reached Rome, that they surrendered, they said that, then started to ease. And so then we start, each of us came the commissioner, and they asked us where you want to go, and this and that. You should go in, they opened the door, you know what I mean. So, there's so many people, they went to railroad, labor, and forest, cut the beets on the farm, chef here, Florence Hotel, all of that, each one. And then I went, for instance, I went in Great Falls, and many people went to every Spurs and so forth, all around when Rome fell down. So that's the point they want to reach Rome and fall down, the fascist party, disintegrated. Disintegrated. But the real one tell now nothing. Here in this country, which I wrote a book about that, was a priest. The name was Don Sturzo. Louis Don Sturzo was Sicilian, was the leader of the Popular Party. The Popular Party is Catholic. He was kicked out from the fascist party and came here to New York, exiled for 21 years. So what, he was Sicilian. He organized, you wouldn't believe in a proper, well, it wasn't a revenge. Wasn't a revenge. Organized all those Sicilians. So, there were 5,000, those people from Sicily, Calabria, they went in war, on the Second World. And he had the satisfaction. Those people who went in Sicily, they put forward, if it were not for those people, for those 5,000 people, they would not put the foot in Sicily, Italy. 5,000. That Dorene now, there are other group in California, they said that up to now they were not recognized. The Japanese was recognized, by those people was an injustice. They did a lot of injustice, so on. But so then the Struzzo went back and Cecil, and he passed away. After 21, he passed away. Now, this is the true story. Well, I wrote the book, I sent a book about it. So now the other group from California, they did a lot of things to let the administration to recognize all of those people. They were soldiers. They went volunteer, this and that, but was not recognized. And they didn't give me the money. The Japanese got $20,000 each, but the Italian who lost a lot of stuff in Great Falls, they got nothing. So many things wrong. And now look, no one talk about it. They will be, well, I am in touch with the newspaper from California. And since I know, I read the paper about Nancy Pelosi becoming the leader. And I told it to the newspaper in California, send me the picture and send me a couple of newspaper about the Nancy Pelosi. I'm collect all the stuff about here, because I told them I want to make the term paper and send it to her, what happened on the Second World War, written. And I would tell her, be careful, because this happened with the Gerardino Ferrara. You know, political boy, I mean, it's very difficult to understand. So, but this one, the Italian, those people from Sicily, they did a lot, but was not recognized. They were buried here. Now, some people they're in.
How many internees were there here while you were here?
Well, we were all together 1,200.
Okay.
The other 265, they were all those people accused that they were ideological fascists, which I told you the wife, call them back and so forth. But when the campus started to be closed, there were one group. They went to the Ellis Island, and they want to use those group to go with the boat. That they didn't appeal to them, so they made hunger strike. They said, who would like to go back to Missoula? They come back here in Missoula. Well, because here you have everything. You have everything, I mean, so far they were free.
Now, Alfredo.
Now, those depend different.
Yeah.
Alfred, they did a lot of things wrong to him.
Well, was he working at the World's Fair?
Yeah. Alfred, they did a lot of wrong, and they do not deserve that. They pick up him, they brought in around the Florida, and they put in jail with the criminal. That way. Alfred is not, just because, well, he was born with, both were born on that fascist regime, you know. He was accused to be fascist, but all they were. See, I was educated in a Catholic, but they were men educated, so they did a lot of things wrong to this fellow. And then from there, to put in jail with the criminal, that's wrong, man. So
what made him decide to stay here in Missoula?
when he fell in love, he was the one, the fortunate one.
Yeah.
1943, he found the girl, the same wife.
Yeah.
And so went out.
So he fell in love.
Fell in love, he found the grocery store, he found everything. So it's true. Like
Yeah,
yesterday I was.
And what made you decide to stay?
Huh?
What made you decide to stay here?
Well, I didn't receive news from Italy for many years. I received one letter through the Red Cross from my girlfriend from Genoa. And I told her, try to get married, because I don't know what will happen.
Right.
You know, I said, I got to marry my boyfriend because I didn't know what happened here. And I think it was very good to do that, you know. 18, 20, how many years. So, well, I decided because I didn't receive no communication for many, many, many years. Because the troop, when you reach Monte Cassino, to go in the room, you should go through Abruzzo.
Mm-hmm.
It was a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
My brother, my sister, they flew to town, they were in a cave for many years, months, because of the German, they killed her very bad.
So you didn't feel there was anything to go back for, right?
Well, I mean, it was very, you know.
Yeah.
Then when my uncle wrote me the letter, was too late in 1984. He said they come here back to Germany, said that, but it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
I was already in Korea. I was already graduated from University of Washington and so forth. So I decided to establish
So you really built a life for yourself out here.
that. Because I had a rough time here.
Yeah.
Not when I was in the camp. When I went out of the camp.
After you were out of here.
After that, I had a rough time. I mean,
You were in Great Falls for a while after the
no,
injury?
well, I bought the lot. I want to build the house. Yeah, I built the, and I was got married too because I had a girlfriend with the idea to teach to the college of Great Falls because I did not succeed. Well, I had a very good neighbor. It's a beautiful, still over there. I had to sell it because I had a lot of trouble here on this university. I had to sell that. Built it, the carpenter fooled me. The carpenter told me, he said, this guy just came, you want to become a runaway millionaire. He sucked me $5,000. See, I saved the money while I was in Korea and all of that. So I saved a lot of money, man, there. And because I did the work. I did the janitor work. I did the carpenter work inside of the Columbus Hospital and orphan home and Ursuline Academy.
Now you taught for a while too, didn't you, Bert?
Huh?
You taught for a
Oh
while.
yeah, I talked to Miles City.
You taught at Miles City. Mm-hmm.
And I could stay over there as long as I want. But my life was a university. I made a mistake, but you never know. I mean, you know, over there they treated me. I found a lot of good people. They were German, my seat, all farmer. You know anything about the farm? But the people were very good. The superintendent were good. He said, but do you want more money? We give it to you. Because I dedicated my life, I was the three courses, French, Spanish and art. And my student won the French contest through the United States. Was a very good satisfaction. But my life was the university.
Yeah.
That's the reason then I came back here. I could stay over there longer as I want. Because the superintendent liked me very much. And I dedicated, even after the school, I dedicated afternoon to teach them, you know, to teach them. Well, I don't have no place to go, I mean, you know, it's a farmer country, you know what I mean? Which are very, I have made a lot of friendship over there. Very, very, very good, I mean. I cannot complain about that. So, and I reached from there, then I went student, football, basketball, up to WWII. Yeah, I said the WWII. The one went to the WWII. This is the history, you know what I mean. This was one street, you know. They were all bar here, bar there, and I don't drink. He said, it was a very good experience. And then I went to Glendive. They asked me to teach over there too. Well, I had a good time. I cannot complain.
Now, you've written quite a few books, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I did.
Now, what made you write The Italian Boys at Fort Missoula? I mean, why?
Well, because some other person, some girl, wrote, I think I still have my house, the book. They said that they were incarcerated and they were a prisoner.
Yeah.
And I don't like the words.
Right.
We were not incarcerated and we were not a prisoner. We were under the immigration law. They did the process just like the immigrant. Then there was another girl wrote another book about the Japanese that they were treated bad. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But you know, to make money, it's up to them. The patrolman, like for instance, John
Moe?
John Boat. I knew you just like you and I. The last time I went to his house, we were picnic to Knights Columb and the wife, you know, all the rest of them. And I mean, there wasn't nothing. And so when we were sick, he went at the, I hear this, but he was in this room. He sent me the letter from this room to my room again. So we were with the guard. They were young people. They were studying as a lawyer. They become a guard to make some money. So there is, I mean, this is the reason I can defend that anytime. But there are some lady, not the girl, I mean, there are some lady who wrote about the Japanese, this and that.
Now, you served in the Army too,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
you?
Korean.
Korea.
I don't believe that. Because I think the guard, they treated good the Japanese like they treated us.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the new springs, I mean, the needs and things, they want to make, you know, something big. And that, of course, they were here around California, they kick you out from the range house or whatever it is. Even the Italian in California, they kick you out around New York.
What do you think of Montana?
Montana is one of the best things. I was the first one when we wrote the book. Because in Italian language, then they said, this is the last, this is the last best place.
The last best place.
But that was written in Italian 94-1. And when we came here, we see this open space.
Well, it shows somebody's been reading your books.
Yeah. This, when we see this open, the water, fresh water, God. Well, because the people from the seamen from the cargo boat, they never saw a place like that. Because the passenger boat, just like the train, kick out the passenger and go away. But the cargo boat stay here for month, 2 months, 3 months. And when you saw this place here, the entrance, all the trees, gosh, the trees. This is the reason I made the picture.
Yes.
But I could not have even the camera. The camera came after the. But yeah, well, I mean, fantastic. I mean, I couldn't.
What did the young boy say when he saw Fort Missoula?
Well, they were crazy about it. Then right away we were gonna say soccer. Right away.
They gave it a name though, Bert.
What did they call Fort Missoula?
Bella Vista. Cape Bella Vista. Now, this words, I didn't say that word. This word was the first one. This guy was from South Italy. It was from a cargo boat. I forgot the name. And when he came here, by the way, this guy had the girlfriend around the Brooklyn and so forth, but he did not succeed to marry because the jealousy of the other people. So by when he came here and he saw this, he was impressed. because he never said that. So this he read, and then I wrote Cape Bella Vista, and then other poem, the sailboat, so on. But he was the first one to, when you saw this open space, was an open space. I mean, no question. I forgot the name of that. I forgot the nice boy, what younger, 20 years, 21 or something like that. But he had a girlfriend here in Brooklyn, and he one married, but the jealousy of the other people, you know, they didn't tell me, they not succeed, and they was here for longer. Then I don't know what happened. All those people went. By the way, there were some young one that the father was here around New York, Brooklyn, or they called back the boy. And those boys, they were 17, 18 years old. They went in the military. One of the guy become policeman, you know, patrol policeman, and the arm from around the neighborhood. And he came here a few years back to see me and Chipotle and so forth, because he got married and so forth. He passed away. He was 64 years old. And the last time he came here, we came to my house with the Chipotle. We were a friend, a very friend, and so forth. They came to see her. The name was Baptist. And if you see the book, you see the picture with the MP, you know. He was proud to be a military police.
Yes.
And he was in German. And then he married in German, and the wife brought here. In New York, he has one daughter too, Nancy, and so forth. Well, many of those people, you know, they got married. They stay here, they found a job, and so forth. You know. So a few, they went back because they had a family. You know, they had the family. So that's how good. Well, if somebody, as they did, they wrote against the Fort Missoula, since I am alive, I will protest that. Because Fort Missoula, I know they was the best camp that we organized ourselves. We have the shoemaker, the shop, everything, the theater, dance, music, everything.
Now, did you have like a mayor or anyone who was a...
Yeah, the mayor. The first mayor was our Capitan De Luca. He was from Trieste.
Oh, okay.
We elect him, was the first mayor of the Fort Missoula. And then become a friend with, I said, with Captain Fraser. And we got all the clothes, this and that, the medical, I mean, all that. Then after a while, when he left, then came another Capitan Salietta. It's in a book. But the first one was the Bert. So Capitan Salietta was captain of the cargo boat and was picked up around Philadelphia. They were over here, you know. Because men, this cargo boat between Baltimore, Oregon, Philadelphia, they were here. See, cargo boat, so what? They were here, so what?
Did you all get along pretty well?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I have a right, because came in my mind, I said I want to go, when I come out from here. He knew me. And I wrote to him when he was in Philadelphia, because he left the wife. Many people, they left the wife, you remember? They were fascist, strong fascist. They knew if they go back over there, they will be killed.
Yeah.
So they decided.
And how about within the fort? Was there much unrest between the fascists and the...
There were one night, while we were sleeping, one night came in I don't know how this, a friction between, there were people from North Italy, very few. They were communists, very few. And the other people, they were very young. When you grew up within that regime, 20, 21, 25, and so they fight at the night. So when the fight is up, then they call the guard, the immigration guard, and separated. So they took those a few communists, different location, a different way, and so everything was quiet. She was already in a fight between fascist and communist, my dear. Even now. Because now Italian, they are 3, 4, 5, 6 apart. If the anarchists come out. So that's the reason. But the people here, this is the reason I want. The Lord Lincoln they said, Unium and Republicus. That's the emblem of the fascists. When the White House was built, inside over there is this emblem, Union and Republicus of the Republic. And that was, but you know, the American system politics is very, very different than the other place, my dear. So very difficult. This is where we have trouble. We will have a lot of trouble. But I never heard any more about the Italian Sicilian, because they treat them very bad, those Sicilians. They don't want to know any more about it. But we will have a lot of trouble. And this war, we have a lot of trouble. See, we don't know what happened after that. See, so, but I don't want to be mixed, because he's not all my age. But I want to tell all of those politicians what they are doing is not very good. But, you know, it's an hypocrite game, I mean. It's an hypocrite game, I mean. The war is an hypocrite. They want to make a money. So that is, Dorene, as far as concerned, the Fort Missoula was A+1 camp. I can debate that any time, because there is some girl, I am not mentioning the name, they don't like that because she wrote a book about the Japanese. Well, the Japanese were treated good, because I know that the guard, I knew, just like friendly, but you know, they want to make fussy or something. Fussy.
Now I understand there were world-class musicians and theater here.
They were.
How did the town of Missoula respond to that?
Oh gosh. Well, we have a dance, because the theater was very good, beautiful. The floor. Well, we were impressed when we see that. From Montana to see this theater on a log, on a not a brick log, we were impressed about that. And we keep the dance. There was the band, brass band. Every Sunday we have back the building to play. And then we have the string band, string orchestra.
Wow.
Gosh, that's a wonder. And so the people came to dance. They gave it fantastic.
On a regular basis, or?
Well, when they decided, then there was a regular bit. But those are professional stringer. Those are professional stringer. They did.
How did you decide what operas to put on?
Well, they are all the officers. They are the only officers. They started to write the opera. See, I didn't write the opera. I made the scenery of the opera. They tell me, all the officers, when the script, so far, you know, you must do this, this, or that. And there were another guy like me, the name of Tosi, who did the scenery too. They were a couple, not all. I made it with wood, you know, all the kind. This guy used to paint it before they painted it.
So you were a scenic designer.
Yeah, all there were 2, 3. I mean, not the only one, but there were other other people, you know. And I put on a book of the name, you know, because I was the first one, but the other rest, 2, 3 other people. They wrote the script, you know, the officer. They wrote the script, this and that, and so forth. It was, and I did all of the scenery, so forth. And the other people who painted too, you know, so forth. And then they started. Then there were a lot of officers. They paint. I don't know where went all those painters.
Oh, yeah.
Where went?
You don't think it burned up in the fire?
I don't know. I don't know. No.
Because they had the fire.
Somebody having that to paint. So I built the altar for the priest. And on the top of the altar there was a painting. Where went all of this? There were a lot of. Then we built. I didn't that, but the other people, they made a replica of the lighthouse of the Genova.
Oh, yeah.
Now I made it that is at the alumni. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, over there. I made everything. Well, the
what
replica.
happened to the original?
Well, that's it. The concrete with the garden and so forth. Where went that? I don't know. There is very, very difficult. Because there were a lot of artists over there. Officer, they have nothing to do. They start to paint. And the same thing they did. The same thing when we went to Columbus Hospital. All those were went as a very hard damage. And so I am the only one now stay here. All the people when they gone. And so I was the only one at Columbus Hospital and Australian Academy and orphan home. I work over there and so forth. And I had a rough time. I'm going to tell you about that.
Are you and Alfredo the only two that are left
Yeah,
in Missoula?
all two, me and Alfreda.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm 1 year older than him. I'm 1 year older than him. I'm a 1911, he's a 1912. And we met here. And he was as a singer, and he participated on the opera. He participated in many things. He should give the credit to that. And he also sing to the church.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A lot of times singing to the church. But you have a good wife. He didn't like to hear that, but he had one wife. And Doracia is one lady who put him up. Because one time they want to send him back to Italy. You call him Mike Mansfield.
Oh, Mike Mansfield, yeah.
I wrote many times to Mike Mansfield, and he sent me a lot of stuff. Then what this? The secretary was an Italian, or Mike Mansfield, the old one. What she does. Well, each one, you need some support. I mean, you need something. I mean, because you don't know here in Montana, you are not in New York. See what I mean?
Right.
The Italians were here, they were scared about, because they were the track. There were other people who work on the track. We came here before we came, on the south side. There were a lot of Italians who work on the track. And so, you don't have no other source sometimes, and you need someone. So, but she did the very, very, the wife, boy, you have to give the credit. The wife and boy.
Well, their children are very accomplished too.
Well, this Elettra,
Yeah.
she's very good, on singing, so forth. Well, Cipolletta is a strong person for the music.
Yeah.
He liked that the children should know the music that. And well, you succeeded some. He's a fire people, he succeeded some. But he's a big heart.
Yeah.
You should know Alfred very well. He has a big heart, and he's a very good man. I mean, he did well. He was one of the first to organize on the Mendelssohn Club.
Oh, the Mendelssohn, yeah.
Oh.
He was one of the first with the Mendelssohn Club for years, and he raised the money for the Mendelssohn Club. So I should give the credit for that. The people, they forgot about it, but you know, the Italians, they did a lot of things here.
Well, you brought a culture, didn't you?
Well, that's it. I mean, they did. He worked hard. I mean, he worked hard, and he sang on a church. In many, he was one of the first on Mendelssohn Club. One of the first.
If you had a chance to do anything over or something different in your life experience,
Well,
what would that be?
Dorene, I started to paint, but since I changed, see, I used to live with Chipolat, and I have the whole apartment, and I have the other stuff, and now I have one room. I cannot paint anymore. This is the reason I do writing. And even writing in Madeira, sometimes I have a hard time, you know, I have a hard time and so forth. So I change from there to come here. But I cannot complain about everything. I mean, all people at the university know me. I have a lot of friends. So I cannot complain anything about that.
Well, we know you got a lot of friends, because we had a lot of people here to greet you a few weeks ago.
Yes, and I mean, even in the church, you know, I work inside this church. I work when Father Guys was over there a lot, and I slept too on the other side of the rectory, because all of the pews was black, and I put in that condition. This is many years ago, my dear, and in 1951, before they go in Korea. I mean, see, I went in Korea, I stayed over there. I could stay in Korea because my branch was a major, and that time he was major, captain, and 5 kids, post engineer, investigation, did this. And then it was a coroner, lieutenant colonel, and a colonel. They told me to stay over there. But I said, I said, no, I am going Montana, I am going to marry Montana.
Yeah.
I'm sick like
And you did marry Montana, didn't you?
I'm like a bum, yeah. I remain single like a bum. I still my mind. But it's very difficult to find. It's not the beauty, it's the idea. You know, to work together, you know what I mean? It's the idea. And so that's the reason you're married this way. But I had the first girlfriend and great force, but didn't come out. Then I had another one, it didn't come out. All the friends I have didn't come out, they got married, so I am the only one in my family which is single. All the rest of them are married. Of course, now they are old, you know. So.
Well, you were so busy with your life there.
Yeah,
just didn't
well,
have time, I guess.
I did. I mean, I cannot complain anything about the Montana. I have support Montana through the legislature, the political point of view, to the camp of the Fort Missoula. There's nothing. I mean, I could.
What advice would you have for our youth of today? What do you think that they should...
From the youth?
Yeah, what advice would you give to the
Well,
youth?
the youth, I mean, a different age, I mean, so forth. They see, when you are in Montana, so one thing about all the students, when they go out in the state of Montana, they become wild. They are lost. They are lost. And the last time here came the girl I knew, and the daughter, he's in New York, 37 years old. I told her, hey, you tell your daughter to decide, because 37 years old for the girl, you should decide what it was. Well, when you go, Rachel, when the girl goes outside the Montana, you are lost. Even my student from Miles City, New York, Seattle, California. She different mind, different the way to think is about. And this I said, no, if I want the girl from Montana, you must stay here. I don't want you to go any place
So
here.
what you think?
Well, I think I suggest to be here, to be in Montana, because it's the place to raise a family. That's my point of view. But if you want to see more about this or that, as soon as you go, you are kaput.
So you better come back, even if you go out.
Well, this
So your advice is to stay in Montana, huh?
This girl told me he was living upstairs. I said, Corinne, I want to know your father. She introduced me from a Butte. And Rana told me, hey, Bert, this is a good girl, I mean, the family, this and that. She said to me, she was a graduate, Bert, I will be back. She left, and never come back. So what do you want to do? There's nothing, I mean, you can do. I mean, so that when you go, well, that's the mind of the girl. They want to go to explore. I mean, and somebody
The young people want to get out and explore other places.
Bert, we are so grateful for the objects and the information and the time you've given us over the years. And Missoula is a much richer and more complete place because of you. Thank you.
Well, Dorene, thank you very much to tell me. I appreciate that. I mean, at least, and I will give some more other stuff when I'm ready. So forth.
Bert, it's been such a pleasure having you here today, and I thank you for the time you've taken.
Well, this is my pleasure. You helped me lots. I mean, I like that. I mean, anything I can do for you, I mean, I will do everything. That's my.
So can we take you out to lunch now?
Yeah.
I'm going to take you on the lunch because I talk too much. Hey, I talk too much.